Hey guys, what's going on? Lisa here, Happy Foods. So I wanted to do a pros and con video on the ketogenic diet. For those of you who have been following me, you've seen that about almost 3 weeks ago, I decided to try out a high-fat, low-carb diet that involves eating a little more of the fats and then protein. And I had been eating a high-carb, more low-fat diet, so this was quite a transition. But I wanted to give it a try. Been getting into fitness and wanting to kind of trim up a little bit, and I just thought that it would be a really cool experience to try something different. And so anyways, since well, I have to say I'm not doing it anymore. I'm going to tell you the pros and the cons, but I did it for almost 3 weeks. Really, in my opinion, pretty strict. So I feel like I can really give you some good, helpful information. But anyways, so I'll start with the pros. So first of all, it was a great way of breaking some habits and some addictions. For me, I wanted to switch to a low-carb diet because carbohydrates is glucose and that's sugar, and being that I'm high-carb, eating a lot of fruits, I have kind of a bit of a sweet tooth, and so I figured, well, if I'm going to eliminate carbs as kind of my main source of energy and go towards fats, then I wouldn't be able to eat those foods. So I totally broke any cravings and some habits that I had. Didn't have any dessert, didn't have any fruit with the exception of a few berries for maybe twice or something. And those cravings totally went away. It was really actually bizarre. So I give that like 2 thumbs up. That was awesome. So if you get some really bad habits and stuff like that, once you get that sugar out of you, it just made me realize how addicted we are to sugar. Even, I mean, I don't consider fruit sugar unhealthy, but you know, I think possibly I could have been eating too much and that was triggering me to want other sweet stuff. So anyway, so that was a win. I have to say I had absolutely zero bloating or gas or anything like that. Each time I ate, I just felt like, I just felt really comfortable in my skin. I would eat a big meal and I never had that real kind of heavy, kind of bloated feeling. I never did. I felt really good after eating my meals. Of course, after the bit of the first week. Well, I guess that'll be in the negatives, but yeah, so no gas and no bloating. The meals tasted awesome. The food was very good because you're eating more fats, you know, and I was doing, I guess, more of a modified ketogenic diet to some people, and I was doing it pretty much all plant-based, and it's a little more challenging when you do plant-based. It's totally doable, but there are more carbohydrates and like meat substitutes like tofu and tempeh and all that kind of stuff versus like animal proteins, but totally doable. And I call it a modified ketogenic that I was doing because I was eating lots and lots of vegetables. I wanted to make sure that I was doing it healthy and I felt good about what I was doing, not just for, you know, some weight loss or something like that, but really to kick some habits and to be healthy doing it. So my carbs really came from an excess amount of vegetables, but all in all, I'd say I stayed between 30 and 50 net grams of carbs, which still should keep you in a ketogenic stage. But I know some people stay at like under 20, and that's really hard unless you're eating a lot of animal products, and then it's really easy. But anyways, the food tasted excellent. And let's see, what other good things about it? It really satiated me so well after I ate a meal that I never needed to snack. I mean, rarely, maybe 2 or 3 days out of like 3 weeks that I felt like I needed to have a little something extra. But yeah, it really carried me over. So I really feel like I learned a lot doing this. So just, I felt like I could really enjoy my meals better because I was hungry each time I ate. So I eliminated snacking, and it also made intermittent fasting a lot easier too. I could go longer than I was before. I just think that I just was more satisfied. Let's see, let me go to some cons, and then if another pro comes to me, of course I didn't make a list. But yeah, so if I have to say anything negative about it is a little bit more of a costlier lifestyle to live. I never planned on doing this like long term. I just wanted to try it out, and I eventually start to incorporate more carbs back into my diet, just because that's the way I prefer. Although I do think it's a totally doable lifestyle. But yeah, a little more expensive because your calories are coming from lots and lots of vegetables and proteins and fats, and those of course are more expensive usually than your carbohydrates, your rice, your beans, your potatoes, your lentils. Things like that are way less expensive, and that's if you're getting your bulk of the calories from carbs, you can see, or if you're getting the bulk of your calories from fats and meats, and not meats, but proteins and things like that, it adds up. It's definitely a pricier lifestyle. Another negative was I noticed that I had a hard time digesting all that fat. Of course, you could kind of slowly work your way into it, but another negative is they call it the keto flu, where you kind of have, and I talked about that, where I couldn't even make a video. I just felt so weak because your body's depleting and it hasn't learned to burn fat yet as fuel. So this transition period just really is not fun. I didn't really have like flu symptoms. My muscles, everything, it was an effort to like walk and to do stuff. I just felt very weak. So, what was I saying before? I know I got sidetracked. Yeah, so the keto flu is one kind of negative thing, being a little pricey. Oh, and my body, I didn't want to I kind of wanted to just do it and get it over with. Of course, like a water fast would be the fastest way, but yeah, so I felt that my body couldn't digest these fats. I was eating, probably at least double, probably 3 times the amount of fats. And again, healthy fats like avocados, some coconut oils. I mean, really just more healthy fats. But I know nuts and seeds. But I noticed my body was having a hard time, I think, digesting it because I was getting backed up. Like I had to take like Casa Sagrada almost every other night because I felt like my body just didn't have the enzymes to break all that stuff down. So I never really felt like constipated, but I knew that my stuff was slowing down and I wanted to get that stuff out of me. So I never let it be like a true problem, but even after 3 weeks, my body still hadn't really quite, I don't think, built up enough enzymes to break down that fat. So that was one thing. Also negative too is after about it was like day 10 or day 12 or something, I got like my energy and I thought my body was starting to burn the fat as fuel. But I think because I constantly was giving it carbs, it still hadn't, this is not a short-term lifestyle to do. You could get great results. I mean, I would recommend this to anybody for trying to lose a lot of weight. It's definitely effective, but you really have to give it time. If you've been living your whole life eating carbohydrates as your main source, and now your whole life of your body burning carbs as fuel, it takes more than 2-3 weeks for your body to actually truly be in ketosis. Like, there's no like 3 days and you're in ketosis. I don't believe that. I think your body is like adapting, and I really thought it would actually take a short amount of time, but I really think probably a few months before your body truly gets adapted and you're like in this fat burning stage all the time. So my body kept on like, I would get like little bits of energy and I thought it was working, and then all of a sudden it was like I was weak again. And that just got kind of frustrating. And that's another reason I went to go play basketball with my girls, and it was like I was having, this was just recently, and I was having just my muscles just felt so weak. I mean, I could shoot the ball, forget trying to run after it. I just had no energy. So I was a little bit tired of that, to be honest. So the next day I had some beans and rice and a salad, and I've definitely got my energy back. I've been doing my carbs again, still kind of monitoring it. I still actually haven't had any fruit. It's funny because I've been craving the savorier stuff, which I think is nice. But yeah, so that's a negative, is the weakness. I'd say if you definitely can get past that, or you have like a couple months you want to dedicate to this, I would definitely give it a try. I really have nothing negative to say about it. What else? Is there anything else? So anyways, I can't think of anything at the moment, but it was definitely a great experience. I lost a lot of water weight in the beginning. Oh, okay, something else. You lose a lot of water weight in the beginning because carbs apparently hold on to a lot of water. I guess fat and water don't mix. So you lose a lot of water in the beginning. It took about to day 3, because I guess your body's trying to hold on and it still has some carbs stored up. So by like day 3, I just felt like, oh my God, I was just peeing like you couldn't believe. And that's when I also noticed I was feeling a little off, because you're losing a lot of electrolytes, and you can lose a lot of like magnesium, potassium. And I didn't supplement because I felt like you really could get all that from the vegetables, and I was eating quite a bit of them, like raw greens and salads. But yeah, I felt a little off from that, from I think just the electrolytes and the potassium. I don't know, something wasn't right. So I would definitely say look into possibly taking a supplement if you're going to do it a bit long term. But yeah, anything else? So anyways, that was my experience, and I would definitely do it again if I felt like I was kind of needed to get my butt back in gear or something, with like cutting cravings and things like that. But all in all, I am back to eating the way I was before, but I have learned quite a bit from doing this, and I feel like I'm going to make my meals a little more well balanced. So if I have like a smoothie, for instance, which I could drink a big smoothie and be full, but like 2 hours later be hungry again, I'm going to add like some healthy fats, maybe some protein, like make it a little more balanced, because I really found that it really satisfied me longer, and I just didn't have those highs and lows throughout the day, because the more times you eat, the more your body pumps up insulin, and it also expects to eat more often. So I actually like the idea of just eating less, and just making those meals a little more satisfying, a little more calorically dense. And by doing that, I found that you can only eat so many vegetables, but you know, oils and fats, like putting a little raw coconut oil or something on your salad, that doesn't take up any volume, but it just adds some extra calories, some healthy fat, and it just keeps you feeling fuller longer. So if anything, sorry I kind of rambled a bit, but if anything that I've taken that with me is to just be a little more balanced with each meals, and not to be so afraid with the fat. I mean, obviously everything moderation, but yeah. So anyways, thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned for some more videos. I've got some cool things coming up, so you want to subscribe, and yeah, I will catch you later, my friend. Remember to always eat happy foods. Ciao.